Hey guys, this is my Vlogmas December 2nd video. This isn't your typical vlog video, but I was making this calming bottle for my son, and I thought that that would be pretty cool to show you. So this is my process. I found glow-in-the-dark Elmer's glue, and I thought that was so cool. So I ended up making two bottles. This video only shows one. One for bedtime and one for when he just needs some help calming down during the day when he's a little overexcited, because he gets overexcited pretty often. So anyway, here I'm just sorting some beads that I wanted to include in the bottle. I bought these beads at Walmart, and they have stars in them as well as a whole bunch of letters and things, and I thought the stars would be really cool in the nighttime glow-in-the-dark bottle. So I sorted out all of the stars and a few of the really tiny circular beads, and then I have a water bottle. It's core water, and I thought that that bottle looked really nice, and I liked the blue cap, the large blue cap. I thought that that was pretty aesthetically pleasing, and I thought it would go well with the blue glow-in-the-dark glue. There were some issues with the glue and the bottle, which I'll talk about at the end of the video, but I added in the glow-in-the-dark glue first, and then I read in another person's calming bottle recipe that 2 bottles of glue works better than 1 because it makes the solution more viscous. And so I did the glow-in-the-dark glue and a clear glue. In hindsight, I would have added the warm water, at least part of it, first, so that a big clump of glue didn't stick in the bottom like it does. It's pretty hard to mix up the way that I did it. Also, this water was maybe not quite warm enough. If it had been a little bit warmer, it also would have mixed better, I think. But anyway, I added the glues and then I added some warm water. I didn't fill it up all the way yet because I didn't know how much room the beads would take up, and I wanted to make sure that I had it mixing well before I topped it all off. So here I am trying to mix it up, and it's not working the best. I started with the yellow stars because I didn't know if I really actually wanted to use all of those beads. And then the blue stars because those also fit the color scheme that I was going with. And then all of the little circular beads, I end up putting all the beads in. But I didn't know that when I started, and so I sorted through them as I was putting them in. If I made this bottle again, I would have just added them all at the same time. But it's starting to look pretty cool. I thought it turned out pretty well until I had the disaster at the end, which I'll talk about later. Pouring in some more hot water, and you want to make sure that you top the water off. Make it all the way full. You want as little air as possible in your bottle, when you're done, because if you have too much air in your bottle, it will cause bubbles and stuff when the child shakes it, and that's just not as it's not as aesthetically pleasing, and it may not be as calming or whatever. It looks nicer if there's less air. So make sure you top it off all the way. Shaking it some more. Really trying to get that glue off the bottom, because that was definitely a mistake adding the glue first. I should have put in some water first. So this is our coat and game closet. It's the only room in our house that doesn't have a window. So I've been charging this up at the light, and you can tell how much it didn't mix. The warm water was supposed to make it mix, but I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna turn off the light and see if it glows. Ready? Oh, yay! This is so fun! Oh, he's gonna love it. Hopefully this helps with bedtime. Alright, so, disaster story time. I finished making the glow bottle for bedtime, and It was looking really cool, except the clumps of the glow-in-the-dark glue not like dissolving properly was really bothering me. And so I decided that I was going to try and microwave it again to fix it. So the bottle was too tall to fit in the microwave as is. So I dumped the whole contents of the bottle into that measuring cup that I had, and I microwave the measuring cup, and I take a whisk and I whisk it all up, and it works. Like, all of the glue clumps dissolved, but I microwaved it a little bit too long. And also, halfway through microwaving it, I remembered that there's glitter in that glue, and I was like, oh no, is this gonna start a fire in my microwave? I don't really think you're supposed to microwave glitter, so maybe don't do that. But use warmer water than I did to begin with. Anyway, I microwaved it all and I whisked it all up, and then I poured this water that was too hot back into the bottle, and it melted the plastic, but not like to the point that it's a problem. I melted the plastic to the point that it shrunk the bottle, and so the whole amount of liquid didn't fit in the bottle anymore, and it started overflowing onto my counter. And I was like, oh no, how in the world is this volume different than what I had to begin with? Because it fit in the bottle before. I didn't realize that the bottle was shrinking at this point. I didn't understand. I only found this out later. So then I was like, well, all of the beads are still at the bottom of this measuring cup, and I need to get them in the bottle because they're like one of the most important parts of the calming bottle. So I keep pouring, and I just have like paper towels surrounding the base of the bottle, catching all of the overflow as I continue to pour until all the beads are in the bottle. Anyway, I get everything in and I screw the cap back on, and that's when I realized what happened, because the cap, since it was that big blue plastic piece, it was supposed to fit like flush with where the clear plastic starts of the actual bottle part, but it didn't. All of a sudden, the diameter of the blue cap was bigger than the diameter of the clear plastic underneath, and I was like, oh, I shrunk this. That's why it's overflowing. Anyway, this was extra bad because this is happening at the moment where I'm supposed to be out the door, leaving my house to go pick up my son from preschool. And so I ended up being a couple minutes late to pick him up yesterday because of cleaning up this glue water disaster in the kitchen. Also, once the bottle had shrunk, the blue cap didn't look as good anymore. So like the aesthetically pleasing purpose of me using that specific bottle was void. But anyway, the bottle still works. It glows great. The only problem is that the cap looks stupid. So I took the blue part off because that comes off. I'll show you. Hold on. I have the bottle right here. So now it just has this regular cap and all the beads inside. Also, now that the glue is properly mixed into the water, it's really viscous, and these beads move super slowly through the mixture. Like if you saw from the closet clip when I was first testing out how it glows, those beads were moving really fast, really easily. They're super slow now, which is potentially a good thing because the kid can watch it longer. If you just set this on like the bookshelf or whatever, that's what I plan to do. Set it on my son's bookshelf and he can just watch it glowing and the beads slowly sinking. And that is hopefully the intent, is that will be calming to watch the beads slowly sink, and that will help him fall asleep. Anyway, I do think this is a good idea. Oh, one last tip I forgot to mention. Glue your cap on with like Krazy glue so that your child cannot take the cap off and make a giant mess. All right, that's the end of this. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to make a bottle like this, I think they're awesome. I think it's a great idea. Try to use some of my tips and don't make the mistakes I did. And if you do make this recipe, let me know. Comment below and I'd love to hear about your bottle and if you made it better than I did. All right, talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.